wasn't popular on her own show, let alone cross franchise. Y'all did a lot for that intro. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am Poe Theory. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. If this is your first time here, I do my reality show reviews a little differently. I don't really hit everything in the episode, but I do hit the things that stuck out to me. So let's get into this Real Housewives of Orange County review. We open up with Shannon purchasing a new car. Apparently her previous car was like a BMW 750 and she got more of an SUV BMW. And then she takes us to where she has to get the breathalyzer inserted into her car because it's either that or she would then have to continue to Uber and things like that. And she kind of wants her freedom and her, autonomy to just move around and do the things that she wants to do. One thing that I can say that I appreciate about Shannon is the fact that she's extremely honest and vulnerable about her situation. She's not trying to hide it. She's actually showing us what she has to do after she had the DUI. And I think that is definitely admirable. There is a long list of housewives that would have tried to either not come back next season or, brush this under the rug or get irritated when someone brings it up. And I can just appreciate the fact that she's not doing that. She's really like stepping up and saying like, yo, I made a mistake and these are the consequences of my mistake. So fast forward to some of my new faves, Katie and Jen. They are doing yoga in Jen's backyard. And of course, the conversation comes up between her and Heather. Jen is basically saying that she doesn't want to grovel like Gina does. And I can agree with that. And I feel like a lot of, like, you can even kind of see it, like, when they're discussing the situation, the other housewives, it feels like everybody has to tiptoe around Heather Dubrow. And obviously that's a money thing because I guess in Orange County, everywhere, money holds a certain level of cachet. So if Heather Dubrow is angry with you, then, it's a big deal. Meanwhile, who is Heather Dubrow in this world? Like, come on. And if you know, that was a Yolanda callback from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Jen then asked Katie about how her divorce went with the father of her children, and Katie basically goes on to say that it was a rough divorce and that she should have known because I think her brother-in-law said good luck dealing with him. Even at one point, I guess while they were going through the divorce, he essentially got rid of all her family heirlooms, photo books, and different things like that. He hasn't really been playing a part in her daughter's life. I think her daughter's name is Kylie. And if you pay attention to Jen, Jen genuinely cares and wants to have, a real conversation regarding divorce because that's what she's going through. And she wants to see, is the grass greener on the other side? Will her divorce get better? And unfortunately, the women that she has around her, they don't really have that experience. From Tamra to Katie. We cut to Emily and Shane. Emily's getting spray tan done. I don't know if you caught it, but I don't like unnecessary touching, and I damn sure don't like unnecessary touching when it comes to my partner. And when that girl was like, well, you can't get your shirt dirty, Shane, I would have been like, stop touching my man. What's wrong with you? But that's me. I'm a little aggressive in that way. Shane and Emily start discussing the issue that happened with Gina. Emily starts to explain why she had the reaction that she had with Jen. Essentially, she grew up the completely opposite of how Jen grew up, and that is very triggering for her. Emily was a kid that was essentially a latchkey kid. She had to do everything for herself. If she didn't pack her own lunches, she would not have a lunch. If she didn't do her own college applications or, get herself ready for school, it would not have happened. And so essentially she's had to be that strong and tough girl to be able to succeed and grow to be an attorney. And what I love about Emily is that she was so reflective and had enough wherewithal to recognize that, oh wait, this is my issue. Yeah, Jen did my homegirl wrong, but this is my issue. This has nothing to do with Jen, at least how I came at her. This is all my stuff. And I think when someone can be that reflective and recognize dang, I shouldn't have done that. That was me. That wasn't her, and I shouldn't have done that. I think that is so beautiful. And that really made me love Emily even more. I almost shed a tear when she asked Shane, "Do you think I'm breaking the cycle? Do you think I'm a great mom?" I think that is such a vulnerable question to ask. And I love that Shane didn't hesitate and he validated her in that moment. Um, I can't say enough positive things about Emily. Fast forward to Tamara and Sophia driving in the car. Sophia is Tamara's youngest daughter. And again, as you know from my last video, not the biggest fan of Tamara, but it was really cool to see her as a mother. Like it really softened her. The only call out that I would have is that I'm more than sure Sophia told her, I don't want to talk about dad. And you still brought up her dad, and Sophia cut that shit off quick. Like, hey, I don't want to talk about him, bro. What are you missing? So then we fast forward to Katie and her daughter Kylie, and they're discussing the name change and the official adoption that she's going to go through. And they kind of go more into the relationship that she does not have with her father, and how there was one situation where I think it was Katie's mother that was passing away, and the one child that does live with the ex-husband, Katie had asked, "Can you have him come see my mother before she passes away?" He basically stonewalled that, and the kid was not able to see his grandmother before she passed away. And Kylie texted him saying how selfish it was, and then after that, she never spoke to him again. He didn't say, congratulations for graduating, happy birthday, no nothing. So I think that kind of stemmed and kind of started the journey to changing her last name, because apparently Matt, who is her stepdad, Katie's husband, is a phenomenal stepdad. In fact, she had been calling him Padre, and one day he walked in the door and called him dad, and apparently Matt had such an emotional reaction, and it was just I thought that was really beautiful. I'm very happy to see that Katie has hopefully found her forever man. Now everybody's heading to the trader party, and they cut to the scene with Shannon and Vicky. And Shannon is trying to pour her heart out about the issues she's had with Tamara and Alexis. And when I tell you, Vicky couldn't give her the time of day. She was so unbothered. Like, listen, I got insurance deals to close. Ain't got time. Like, figure it out. So everyone pulls up to the trader party. The theme was look Scottish. I can't remember who made the joke, but they were like, well, Vicky looks like she's still going to sell insurance. I was dying. Yeah. Production. Teddy wasn't popular on her own show, let alone cross franchise. Y'all did a lot for that intro. Like, a lot. Like, I really thought it was going to be someone I liked. Even though I did see the prequel, obviously. I saw the preview, so I knew it was going to be Teddy. But for that huge introduction, it's like, who? It's Teddy. Like, who cares? But she did redeem herself when she said, hello, Housewives, and Vicky took me out. And she looked good too. Not gonna lie, like she looked good. Teddy's face card has always been there. Let's be very clear. Teddy's a beat girl. Apparently, that shot towards Vicky was one of many that Teddy has been throwing at Vicky since some time. They cut to a scene at BravoCon when she accused Vicky of being at January 6th, and then also threw the whole shot about they actually have cancer. The whole Brooks thing, which is why Vicky wasn't happy to see her. Once everyone gets in the party, Heather decides to pull Katie aside and invite her to a family event gala thingy. The event was to honor her family and how she has supported her children, who all have different sexualities and genders and things like that. And she said that she was inviting Katie in the spirit of inclusivity. Let me be the first to tell you, don't invite me nowhere if you want to just be inclusive. I need you to want me there. If you don't want me there, don't invite me. Don't do it to seem nice. Actually want me there. That's why I don't like Heather, bro. I don't like her. So then Katie tries to apologize after the invitation, and Heather just cuts her off and just like does that thing she does. And Heather has a very specific type of personality that chaps my ass. She's Heather is a lesser annoying Ramona. They give me the same vibe. They seem like they would be hell to work with or work for or deal with if you worked at Saks or Neiman's. Like, just not good people. like a lack of awareness. Emily and Jen are at the bar, and Emily apologizes. Not a housewife apologize, which goes like, if I offended you, I apologize. But an actual full throated apology. Another reason I love Emily. And I love Jen's response. Instead of just taking the apology and moving on, she wanted to get to the root of why Emily would treat her that way. Jen thought that Emily didn't like her because she didn't have as much money as her or, wasn't on the same level as her. And Emily corrected her and was like, no, it's not that at all. I promise you it's not that. I grew up with nothing. And I think the reason that I had such an, horrible reaction to you is because you've never had to work for anything in your life. You've always been taken care of. And I love that Jen admitted it instead of, taking that as a dig. She was like, no, you're right. Like, that has been my experience. And Emily expressed to her, like, and I had the exact opposite upbringing. I've always had to fight for what I wanted and what I had. And so they kind of come to a conclusion and an agreement that they would try to be better with each other. And Jen says, I really look up to you. I want to be around women like you that could help me be better and grow and, be successful in the way that you are. And then cut to Emily's confessional where she's like, well, now I really feel bad. You're telling me you look up to me and I just cut your head off? Like, crazy. So Tamra, Vicky, and Shannon get together at the trader party and they start discussing Tres Amigas. And Vicky wants to know what is going on with the show and why did it stop? And of course, Tamra starts and says, well, it started because of her drinking. And it's like, did it really start because of her drinking? Like, why? You're always trying to throw someone under the bus. Always. And then Shannon says, no, actually it was because of you and some post that Alexis had posted about new friendships or whatever the case may be. Again, these are women that are well into their 50s arguing about social media. Shannon lets them know that she and her attorney sent a settlement offer. John denied the settlement and essentially said he would not accept a penny less than $75,000, which of course makes Shannon break down again. And then Tamara then says, well, he just wants you to clear his name. And Shannon loses it and basically says, like, I'm not going to start lying now. I'm not exactly sure what clearing his name would entail. Maybe that he never paid for anything. Who knows? Now, my favorite part of the episode was when they were walking by the pool and Teddy pushed Tamara in the pool. And Tamara, like, low-key, Tamara tried to be a good sport about it, but she wasn't feeling it. She was not feeling that whatsoever. Like, she was upset. We basically get to the end of the episode, and Heather was the traitor. The way they played this game of traitor, it was so BS. That's why I didn't even touch it on this review. They need to do better. All right, guys, that was the end of my review. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'm your boy, Poe Theory. Peace.